All right, we're in round one. We're on the draw. Not a great hand. Too many lands. We do have a 3-drop. May keep. Chasm looks bad in this opener. I think I mull. I think I mulligan. Well, yeah, the chasm looks bad in your opener with no creatures. I'm gonna mulligan. Chasm was basically a dead card in that hand. All right, well, we happened to get a much better 6-card hand, so it all worked out. Yeah, I mean, Goreswine into Heel Cutter Dash is pretty insane. All right, another red-green beatdown deck. Looks like he's just on the beat plan, which is fine. All right, gonna need a second red at some point to be able to jam that Summit Prowler. All right, Monument for a black splash. It's pretty interesting. Wonder if he's splashing that removal spell, the command. Could be. Goreswine's pretty good here on this board since he didn't have a creature follow-up, and if he does have a creature follow-up now, he can still Heel Cutter and get him for 7, which is pretty good. All right, I think we're in still pretty good shape here. No attacks. All right, so he is playing around Heel Cutter, which is probably a good idea on his part. So does not have Formidable. I think we just hardcast a Heel Cutter and pass. I guess if he has Hunt the Weak, it's pretty bad. But if he doesn't, then what I like is that it sets me up for a good Bathe in Dragonfire. Okay, that's not too big of a deal. I can just bathe that. All right, so now we just go. Well, that's interesting. I can also do Summit Prowler. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. So I can go Beastbreaker plus Bathe. And what I like about that is I have Formidable, and I can get rid of that as a blocker, but then he can still trade that and that. I think I actually just go Summit Prowler pass. This lets me play Bathe next turn plus Beastbreaker, and just puts kind of another big body on the board, which I like. Okay. Well, kind of want to draw. Well, may have to guess bathe the Beastmaster. Guess we bathe that. I can't really have him drawing cards. 3 cards left in his hand. I do have to remember he's got Formidable up. Play the Beast Breaker. So I can swing with Summit Prowler, which I think is actually pretty good. Targeting the 1 toughness guy. With the base? Is that wrong? He was going to draw a card every turn, wasn't he? Because of the toughness? So if I get in with Summit Prowler here, his best trade Stand Step Scavenger? I think that's actually a pretty good trade. We still have Formidable. I should have probably played the Beast Breaker post-combat then, but I guess he could have double blocked there actually for pretty good value, but I would have just gotten rid of the Vigilance guy, I guess. So he does have Formidable, which means he can activate Monument. So that's something I have to be conscious of here. Pretty tempted to kill Circle of Elders. No, I guess think that we just swing Beastbreaker plus Prowler. Could be activates the Monument too, but we'll see. Alright, he's willing to make that trade. Guess I can pump. I don't really have anything else going on, so it seems okay. Couldn't kill it in response, but I'll allow it. Alright, well, that was always going to be able to take care of it, I suppose, so I'm okay with that. Alright. I'd probably trade a Goreswine for a Circle of Elders. I think that's reasonable. It's not great, but I feel like it's reasonable. Magmatic Chasm, well, not quite ready for that yet. So I guess I could have waited on the waited to draw my Chasm. Alright, I think I just blocked the... Oh, he didn't attack with the Morph. Well, now I just need to draw enough creatures where I can kill him with Chasm. It seems like it's going to be a little while yet. Volcanic Vision wouldn't be bad. I'm gonna rage that. I don't want him to have mana up to make it bigger. Alright, well. It's got Formidable now, so I need to actually draw some gas. Nope. Alright. I'm at the whim and mercy of my deck. So, Volcanic Vision would just be busted good. Like, game-breakingly good. I guess he could. No, well, he could have regen Dragon Scarred Bear if I drew it there, I guess. Unfortunately, he gets to swing with both Beastbreaker and Dragon Scarred Bear, which is pretty bad. So I have to take an enormously big hit here, I think, which is pretty unfortunate. I think I have to block the Inoc Guide to get him off Formidable. I mean, can't really afford to. Question is, do I trade the Heel Cutter or the Gore Swine? I guess I trade the Gore Swine. Um, did he click on the wrong one? Looks like he did. But then why didn't he just pump it anyway? I don't know, but I don't think he did that correctly. I guess the Gore Swine trades with the Circle of Elders, though. But, whatever. Let's see if we get something here. Wild call. That's kind of funny, actually. All right. Well, let's get some damage in, I guess, while we can. I mean, him being off Formidable is kind of nice, I guess. This guy's pretty awesome. All right. So now all I have to do is... Oh, I can make the Beastbreaker big. Oh, well, or do that. All right. If I rip in Ancestral off the top, I wreck my opponent so bad. Like, the fact that Ancestral Vision... Why do I keep calling it that? Is that its name? Volcanic Vision. If I draw Volcanic Vision off the top, my opponent's just, like, super bad shape, I think. All right. Well, drew land, so I guess that's game. So playing essentially the mirror match. Opponent is splashing black for some good removal. I don't have much outs for a monument either. So basically, I mean, we didn't draw very well, and we had a mulligan, so we have like a pretty good excuse of why we lost that game. I think we have a fine matchup otherwise. Just need to draw better. Got to do the Return to the Earth. Let's ditch the Chasm again. So we have an out for his monument now and his big dragon. So I like that. Yearling is looking good again. Maybe I should have just been playing that from the beginning. Actually, in this match, I kind of like the Outrider more, I think. Guess this is better against an Inoc Guide, but I think Outrider's still fine in this match. He didn't seem to be suicide attacks. All right, well, let's try this. I think this is fine. Taking a break for a moment. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Yeah, and he doesn't have any white or blue. All right, I think just the Return to the Earth should be fine. All right, we'll play first. This is a good hand. I mean, kind of sucks it's got Volcanic Vision, but Volcanic Vision is the card that would have not 100%, but would have gone a long way last game. All right, I guess we'll pause it till he gets back. All right, opponent is back. We're good to go. Question is, do I open with Goreswine or a Tarka Efreet? I mean, if he plays the next one, I think the answer's obvious, but otherwise I'm not sure. I guess if he plays Einok Guide, it's better to play the Efreet, because then he doesn't know what it is, and he's more motivated to attack into it. Well, now I kind of want to play Goreswine, because then I can play a turn 4 Summit Prowler. I'm going to go Goreswine first. We'll see how this pays off for us. My thinking is if he doesn't play a creature, it's better to get in for 4 and play a Summit Prowler than it is to unmorph and then not play a Summit Prowler. Alright, well, either way I was going to lose my creature, so I guess I'd still rather lose a Goreswine than lose an Atarka Efreet. So, it's still actually okay. Now we get to slam a Prowler, which I think is correct. Having the Volcanic Rush and Volcanic Vision together is kind of nice too. Like, gives me a pretty good shot this game of dealing 5 damage to all of my opponent's creatures. Tredapon's actually pretty good too. Now I can like pump around a 3 damage removal spell. And like a Wild Slash or anything that would kill this morph. I think the morph is definitely worth protecting. Yeah, we'll protect that. That's, in my mind, worth it. I'll trade a Tredapon for a Flatten for sure. It's kind of interesting, actually. No, I guess that makes sense. Not doing, well, actually, no, I don't think it did make sense. Why didn't he do it during combat? All right, well, let's get in. All right. Still ended up with some decent value there, but maybe it would have been better just play the Heel Cutter, I guess. I mean, now I guess we have the benefit of just being able to Heel Cut past whatever blocker he plays. If he plays one, this is strange. All right, well, we're just going to dash. All right, just game over. Cool. Well, a grip full of lands. Now it makes sense. Okay, and we still had some more action going, so drew very well that game. Moving to game 3. So basically, game 1, I drew a bunch of lands and my opponent steamrolled me. Game 2, my opponent drew a bunch of lands, I steamrolled him. Are we going to have an actual round 3 of substance? We shall have to see. Collateral damage is interesting since it's an actual way to kill that 5/3 dragon. Besides the Return to the Earth, that's something I should consider. I do like that Return to the Earth has multiple targets against my opponent too. Both the Monument and the 5/3 dragon is pretty good. I don't know what I would swap a collateral damage for anyway. I definitely like Volcanic Rush and Volcanic Vision in the deck together. That's pretty awesome. I guess we're okay. Let's just keep it like this. Yeah, I mean, certainly a keep. I think this hand I mean, this hand's potentially amazing if we rip some lands. If we rip one land, this hand just got really good. If we rip no lands, we at least have some cards to play. But I really would like this hand to pan out. So all it requires is one of our 15 lands remaining in the deck. Oh, Assault Formation. Oh, that's something I'm going to definitely have to be conscious of. Good land rip there. Yeah, this is something that I gotta pay attention to. It's definitely good. No plays there is nice for us. So I guess now I'm tempted to do the Efreet, but could have the Draconic Roar. Oh, he just plays it. Okay. Oh, he's playing around Tread Upon. All right. Well, that's reasonable. Okay. So I think we go Efreet here. If he doesn't play a creature and he doesn't have a removal spell, we're in really good shape. If he does play a creature, I can oh, well, we can swing for 7 now, which I think is just huge. And that's going to force him to play like a reach to protect. Yeah. So, yeah, well, that's actually nice too. So we play let's just flip this one to our opponents. We just hit him for 7 here, which is insane. It basically, this forces him to kill our guy right away. And the guy already did his job, so on that front, we're okay. And I think next turn, we're just going to be playing either hardcasting the Sprinting Warbrute. I think we're probably just hardcasting Sprinting Warbrute. All right, Destructor Dragon. It's not that big of a deal. I think we just bathe. I don't get a follow-up play, but I get in for another 6, which is pretty insane. He does get to take out a land, but actually at this point, I'm not sure that matters. Yeah, I mean, I guess it sets us back on our Volcanic Vision, but we're in a pretty aggressive position here. I mean, this thing has single-handedly dealt how much damage? 13? Yeah. So force him to Reach of Shadows on his turn, which is just insane for us once again. Yeah, I think we just go dash, take him to 2. Basically, he has to have something here. He's just dead. So he has to play a creature, or he has to... If he, he's got 3 cards in hand. Alright, so he had to play that just to live. He's in burn range, which is also good. 2 cards in hand. That thing deals 4 damage, and he can pump it. So if I attack with Warbrute, he can just trade. I can also play Quartermaster. Not sure what that does, though. Could just force him to block there, but like I said, I'm not exactly sure what that does. It's probably better to just play a Quartermaster and pass. And what this does is forces him to play a creature next turn, or I can just dash out the Sprinting Warbrute and swing with both. Alright, Savage Ventmaw is pretty good. Also lets him ramp. Worthy of noting. Alright. So now I guess I can Beast Break plus Mastodon and then set up for a Warbrute. That's pretty good. Wish Mastodon could get bigger, but it's okay. I mean, I also do have Formidable now, which means Beastbreaker can get in for a lot of damage. can't really afford to attack with that. Yeah. So he can pump all of his guys, which means he can deal 5. He's got some pretty good blockers, basically. But I think he's actually dead. He has 3 blockers. We have the War Brute. Any of our guys connect? What's a 4 mana? He uses Dracanic Roar. He uses Reach of Shadows. Oh, he's got Flatten mana. Okay. Well, I'm going to play around Flatten, because there's no reason not to, especially since I've got Volcanic Vision. So we're just going to play our Sign of Ugin and then pass. If he's got Flatten, he'll play it now. I feel like he likely does. He didn't. He does get to draw a card here, though, which maybe I should have been conscious of, but I feel like if he had Flatten there, it would have been a complete and utter blowout, so I don't really regret. I don't regret it. Because now I'm like, I can play around Flatten, too. He also can't flatten. I mean, I also could just rip a land and then bring my Bathe and Dragonfire back and deal 3 damage to each of his guys. That's a pretty good guarantee. Or I could just Sarkhan's Rage my opponent's face and not take 2 damage. Oh, so I take the damage from Sarkhan. That was cute. That was a nice little slap in the face for my opponent for me winning the match. I like that. It's like, you're gonna take that 2 damage from Sarkhan's Rage. All right, well, damn, deck performed really well for us. Ended up going 3-0, which means the next draft will in fact be an 8-4, and played really well for us. We had some fairly challenging matches as well. So. Overall, yeah, this deck played really well. All right, Magmatic Chasm, I guess, is just not good. Because I do think if any deck in the entire format could get value out of Magmatic Chasm, this has to be the deck. Look at we have all of the high power guys that you'd really want to power through with Magmatic Chasm, and I never felt once that in any match that I wanted it. So I think there's a reason I haven't seen Magmatic Chasm. And like I said, if it's not good in this deck, I am not convinced that I can really play it. What else? I mean, what was good for us? There's definitely some good stuff for us. I like the Quartermasters. Efreet was, of course, insane in that game. Heel Cutter's always great. I like the Scion. Volcanic Vision played well for us. I actually like Volcanic Vision. I might try that one again. Beastbreakers were great. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Sarkhan's Rage was great and finished multiple games. So I certainly don't regret that first pick. Yeah, fun draft. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.